February 2020 Planetary Transits for Aries and Aries Rising. This is an equal house chart set up for 0 degrees Aries on the ascendant, Eastern Standard Time, New York. We begin February 1st, 2020, with 3 planets in Capricorn in the 10th house sector. Jupiter at 13 degrees, Saturn at 25 degrees, and Pluto at 23 degrees of Capricorn. The Sun is placed in the 11th house at 11 degrees of Aquarius, along with the planet Mercury at 26 degrees. In the 9th house, we have the planet Mars at 19 degrees of Sagittarius. Venus is placed at 22 degrees of Pisces in the 12th house sector, along with the planet Neptune at 17 degrees. Uranus is at 2 degrees of Taurus in the 2nd house, in conjunction with the Moon, also at 2 degrees. On February 16th, the planet Mercury will turn retrograde at 12 degrees of Pisces, 53 minutes. Overview. February of 2020 is characterized by a predominance of planetary sextile aspects in space, specifically the 60-degree angle. This harmonious energy favors all levels of communication and relationships with those in your day-to-day environment. If you work to improve those relationships, new opportunities may be presented to you. On February 1st or 2nd, depending on your location, Venus sextile Pluto between houses 12 and 10 favors relationships with superiors or other authority figures in your life. February 3rd brings a similar vibration with Venus sextile Saturn between houses 12 and 10, favoring all business concerns and any people you do business with. Venus helps to smooth out any relationships that have recently become strained, and with the 10th house of career being affected over the first 3 days of February, here is where the effort at improvement should be made. The 60-degree planetary angle makes it easy to get results. On February 3rd, the planet Mercury moves into Pisces and the 12th house sector. Mercury sextile Uranus on February 5th between houses 12 and 2 can bring new insights of an advanced, innovative nature into making money. Since the key word of the sextile aspect is opportunity, you may be presented with a new way to improve your finances. On February 7th, Venus enters the sign of Aries and moves into the 1st house sector. February 9th brings the full moon, 2:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at 20 degrees of Leo in opposition to the Sun at 20 degrees of Aquarius, spanning houses 5 and 11, highlighting relationships with friends and loved ones. If any conflict arises on February 8th or 9th over obligations to the group versus duties toward loved ones, the trine from Mars will help to smooth over the tensions, making this an easier full moon than usual. On February 16th, Mars enters Capricorn and moves into the 10th house sector. Also, the planet Mercury turns retrograde at 12 degrees of Pisces, 53 minutes in the 12th house. On February 18th at 11:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Sun enters Pisces and moves into the 12th house. Jupiter makes a sextile aspect to Neptune on February 20th between houses 10 and 12. This is a spiritual and idealistic influence that can motivate you to help others who are less fortunate. On another level, this 12th house energy can heal the shadow aspect of your psyche so that any therapeutic process is favored. You're able to give yourself, as well as others, the necessary compassion. Another manifestation of this beneficial vibration is to draw into your life a spiritual teacher who helps to expand your understanding. Mars trine Uranus on February 21st between houses 10 and 2 could bring good news financially from your career. On another level, this is an excellent time to present innovative ideas to your superiors at work or your clientele. Implementing new methods of advertising is also favored and will result in increased revenue. February 23rd brings the new moon at 4 degrees of Pisces, 10:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the 12th house sector, bringing a month when you should withdraw and spend more time alone in order to assess the dynamics of your life, where you are now and where you would like to go. This new moon makes a sextile aspect to Mars in the 10th and Uranus in the 2nd, indicating its energies are focused on improving career and money concerns. Also, on February 23rd, under Venus squared Jupiter, between houses 1 and 10, take the day off if you can and use this very social vibration to have some fun. On another level, Jupiter's tendency to go overboard and be self-indulgent could see you overspending, overeating, and then regretting it later. With a little restraint, this energy can bring an optimistic frame of mind and a feeling good day. Sun sextile Mars will be in effect on February 24th between houses 12 and 10, favoring all career concerns, as well as having a meeting with your superiors and communicating about issues that are important to you. February 25th brings Mercury conjunct the Sun in the 12th house, an analytical vibration best utilized in the exploration of unconscious drives and motivations. This is an excellent day to visit a therapist or spiritual guide, or simply to read literature that helps you to get in touch with the hidden dimensions of your psyche. The retrograde condition of Mercury in the 12th will help you to remember and review past events easily. Under Venus square Pluto on February 28th, between houses 1 and 10, avoid power struggles with authority figures, especially if they are presenting you with changes that you have no desire to accommodate. Flexibility is required today in all your relationships.